another Insider. I hope you had a wonderful week and you're ready to talk translation. And this week we are talking about clients and negotiating with clients, which is something that not all translators like to do. I know it's a big problem, but we need to address this and we need to talk about it because at some point in our life we will need to do it and we need to be prepared to do it in the best way possible. So stick around. Let's talk about negotiating rates. So let's talk negotiations. And as I said, it is something that a lot of translators put off as much as they can, but we need to face it. It's something that we will have to do at some point in our career because, of course, we cannot accept all proposals and because we obviously cannot work for free. And this is what I think. We need to, first of all, we need to address the situation that this is how healthy, normal business works. If you have companies, two companies dealing with a service or product, they get together, they present a proposal. One company just presents the quote or proposal or whatever that might be, and the other company either accepts it or presents a counterproposal with what they believe would be fair. And then they negotiate. That's what happens. We are entrepreneurs as well, so we run our business. So we should expect the same type of thing happening to us. So there is a difference when you deal with the different types of clients. For example, with direct clients, this is less likely. Once, sorry, I was putting Portuguese in the middle. Once you deal with direct clients, you just give them or send them your quote, and usually that's the final price. But sometimes it might happen. I know it happened to me a couple of times, not many, but a couple of times. And the client comes back to you and says, oh, I had someone else quoting me a little below your pricing, $5 below or $3 below or whatever. Would you be able to match the price? If you match the price, I would go with you. And then it's your call, it's your decision to think and to evaluate if going to that new proposal, lowering your pricing would still be within your acceptable standard, or if it's a rate that is too low for your survival rate, for your acceptable rate. And then you have to come to the client and explain either you accept it and you, okay, I'm happy to match it, or if you think it's way too low, you always have to say, well, I'm so sorry, I think you then should go with my colleague because that would be too low for me. And that's it. And all you need to do is that. Please don't go into negative comments or into aggressive responses because that may damage your brand, may damage your business, and may damage your reputation. So you don't want to ruin your business over something so simple as negotiating the rates in a job. This is a very common thing. This is a very, I would say, even healthy thing because obviously if the clients have another proposal, they may try. Sometimes that may not be the case. I had an instance when this happened, and I said, well, I'm sorry, I cannot lower that, and I still kept the job. They still came to me. They still said, okay, well, I think I'm going to go with you regardless. And they still chose me. So sometimes it's just a strategy to try to get the pricing down. So bear in mind. So you always need to be polite. That's the main thing that you need to think about. Then with agencies, and this is the big elephant in the room, and translation has a lot of them, and this one is one. Agencies usually have a terribly bad rap because they try to squeeze you down, they try to lower your prices, they treat you as vendors, which unfortunately that is true. And a lot of us, when we get an email from an agency, we already put our claws out, and we already think about, oh no, no, and we already on this height of negativity towards an agency. And I think that's incorrect, that is wrong. Apart from not being ethical, obviously we should treat our clients and all clients the same way, and we should not differentiate between them, and we should not have that sort of prejudice towards clients, because we obviously wouldn't want them to have prejudice against us. So when you receive a proposal from an agency, what I usually do when they first contact me, what I usually do is I send my price list and my terms and conditions, so that agency knows what I am about, what I charge, what I do, etc., and my terms and conditions and everything, and all the cards are on the table. If they ask me for my CV, if I believe is a legitimate agency, I send my CV. But then when they send me a job, a possible job, if the pricing that they put on that job is lower than my pricing, I would simply decline the job, and I say, well, I'm sorry, I won't be able to accept this job. I'm not available because your rate is way below my rate, so I cannot work for that rate, and I simply decline the job, because obviously it's not acceptable. As I said, and I have mentioned this before, I do not have different pricing for agencies and direct clients. A lot of colleagues have a wholesale retail approach to translation. I do not have that approach. I do not think that we are selling a product, we are selling our service, and I don't differentiate between my clients. They are all, for me, they are all clients, and they are all treated with the same treatment, the same customer service. Everything is the same. So therefore, if both get the same service, why should one pay more? I think that would be unfair on my direct clients. Unfortunately, agencies may think otherwise, but that's the way I work. I believe that all clients should be treated equally. So therefore, I have no different pricing for agencies. A lot of colleagues do. I don't recommend one or another. It's your call, it's your business. So you are the one who should make that call and should think if that's good for you or not. But if you have a different pricing, it works exactly the same way. If the proposal that the agency comes up with is still below that price that you set up for agencies, then it's your call. It's always your call. It's always a business decision, and you should think, well, if that you can go that low, if you can accept that job, or if it's going too low, and you basically devaluing your job and your profession. Always think about that. But either you're dealing with direct clients or either you're dealing with agencies, whatever, always be polite and never be rude. That, as I said, will damage your reputation, will damage your brand, will ruin your business. Don't be aggressive or rude in your response. Being a business person is always being in control and always being professional. Remember, we have a code of ethics to go to, and it says we have to treat our clients decently and equally. So that's what we should do. Even if we are going to refuse a job, we should always be polite, and we should always state why, for example, in the case of declining a job, why we are declining it, and that's it. In regards to the vendor situation, well, I don't appreciate. I think it's highly offensive. I will do a video about that. I think it's highly offensive for us translators and even for the project managers, but I will talk about that in another video. Still, If you think it's too offensive and you don't want to work with that agency because of that, you simply say you're not available for the project or something like that, and that's it. Please never be rude, because that will really damage your reputation, and that's something you don't want to do. We always need to be professional. We always need to think that we are business people, and business people don't go the negative path. We always try to see the the benefits in all situations, and always try to come on top of things. And that's all for today. I hope you really enjoyed this insider. I hope you really understood the importance of the negotiation, and why we shouldn't really see it as something really bad, or something that really it's not going to be positive for us. Because it might be the beginning of a very good relationship, who knows? And as I said, sometimes you get a client, and this especially happens with direct clients. You get a client that says they got a better rate somewhere else, just to try to test the waters. And then when you say, well, I'm sorry, I am not prepared to go that low, they will eventually give you the job, and they don't even give you a good reason. Sometimes they say, oh, well, I just decided, I liked you, I just decided to go with you. This was something that was said to me once from a client. So because remember, clients, when you provide a good service, and if they see the service is there, and you see they see that the professional is really really good, and they take care of them and all of that, they sometimes are happy to pay, even if the quote is a little bit above other quotes they may have received. They happy to pay that extra dollar for the service, for the customer service, for the final product that comes with when it's good. Please remember, that is very very important, and well, you should always think of that. Now, one of the things I would like you to think about is, in every situation you always have to analyze and come up with the best option for you and your business. You know, if you like the video, just put a like and subscribe the channel with a little click on the bell, so you get a notification of a new insider each week. And of course, if you have any questions, if you have any suggestion for something you would like to see discussed in an insider, or if you have, for example, an experience with negotiating that you would like to share, please do leave a comment below. I would be very, very, very happy to answer all your queries and to have a discussion. Before I go, I would like to thank you all for watching, and see you next week. Thank you. Bye.